Greetings, community. It's Kevin of NCBD Comics, and I'm here to bring you another edition of Kevin's most anticipated reads tomorrow for New Comic Book Day 4/10/2024. And hey, I appreciate you being here, and those of which that are catching me on the live, Las Cruces, I greatly appreciate you. And those of which that catch me on the rewind, hey, thank you very much for taking time, checking me out, and checking to see what I do. Those of you just checking me out for the first time, well, this is a show where I talk about my most anticipated reads. If you're checking it out on the day before, meaning Tuesday, well, then that's why it's called Most Anticipated Reads Tomorrow. Being that my name's Kevin and I'm old, it's a K-M.A.R.T reference. Hey, I appreciate you being here to Real Entertainment. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Hope your day's going well, and how about we get into it? Starting off, we're going to go over to IDW, and we're going to talk about Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, issue number 5. Now, this was one of those titles initially that I was trying to not get. I read a lot. So it wasn't anything against the title, the writer, the art, or any of that. It was just a matter of I was just trying to shed my reading material. I knew about this book. I knew how well it was written. I knew about the history and the approach of the book in itself. I really did want to get this. I just, again, like I said, I have so many books to read. It was just one of those books I was just not trying. Anyways, so my shop, he threw it at me and said, "You got to read it. I won't take no for an answer. This is yours. It's a freebie." I knew what he was doing. He knew I'd enjoy it. So last week, I ended up buying issue 2, 3, and 4. This week, I'm buying issue number 5. Yeah, it's that good. It's kind of a combination of Berenstain Bears meets, oh God, it's one gnarly serial killer that just needs a lot of help. I mean, I can definitely draw a lot of correlations, but the Berenstain Bears does enough, and just hopefully it's an enticement for you to check out. Again, from IDW, which I would never have guessed, this horror story is Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, issue number 5. Let's cruise out from IDW and cruise over to Image Comics. Image is going to give us Transformers, issue number 7. This story is nothing short of just brilliant. This whole Energon universe is just awesome. I can't get enough, and Transformers has been an awesome contribution to that aspect of that universe. I look forward to it every time it comes out, and it's been on my most anticipated read is Blue Light Special at least once that I know of. It's only because I'm a little lacking in my catching up on Transformers that I've yet to get to number 6 that I can't put it as probably my most anticipated read for number 7. But that being stated, Transformers 7 coming out tomorrow is definitely high up there. Moving out from there, let's go ahead and talk about Dynamite. Dynamite's giving us 2 books that I'm looking forward to this week. One is Hercules, issue number 1. I'm hoping to make a signing event that's coming out this Sunday where I get to meet the creator. Um, I'm not certain if I can. I got a lot of things going on, work, I guess in the way of living, you know what I'm saying? But I'm hoping to still try to get there. So Hercules issue number 1 is coming out. I'm looking forward to this. It's part of the whole, Dynamite thing that they've been doing with the whole Disney thing. And I really have enjoyed most of these stories. It's been getting in depth and filling in gaps that we as always questioned when you see these things later down the road of like, wait, are they insinuating this or that? Cool thing is the books kind of fill in those gaps, and I've been really enjoying them. So Hercules issue number 1 is pretty high on my list. Moving out from that, we're going to go really up there on my list, and Sweetie Candy Vigilante Volume 2, issue number 2. I can't get enough of Sweet Candy Vigilante. The only problem I have with this story is the fact that the inconsistency of the actual dates in which that it gets dropped. That's my only problem. I really have issues with that. It's not very consistent as far as a book that gets dropped on a regular basis. I understand everyone has issues. Comic. But it's the fact that, when you really want to go ahead and maintain a readership, just try to maintain some type of delivery date. That's what I'm saying. Outside of that, you cannot believe how much I love this comic. This is one of those high-end books that I really love. It's always usually second to third on my most anticipated reads every week when it comes out every month. Sometimes it even makes it up there, especially when it debuts at issue number 1. But being that it's an issue number 2, sorry to say it's fallen down on that list just a bit. But moving out from Dynamite, Sweet Candy Vigilante, Volume 2, Issue number 2, highly recommend it. Get it. We're going to cruise over to Marvel. Marvel's given us Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 47. Guess who's back? Chasm's back. We're getting Chasm, we're getting Halloween, we're getting back together. We're also getting a relationship in which that I think we want to see. But moreover that, we're getting a balls out, here we go, slap him around type of issue again. Ben is basically off the leash. He's coming back from purgatory and he's told, go ahead and just kill. No playing, no games, just kill. I think that's what Ben's been waiting for. Since he's been this whole Chasm thing, he's lost his freaking mind. And I love it. So that's why Amazing Spider-Man issue number 47 is pretty high on my list. Also, moving out from that, we're going to talk about Carnage issue number 6. I really have belief when it comes to summer, these things are going to tie in together in this whole Venom war thing with Amazing Spider-Man, Carnage, which we're talking about now, Venom, and everything else that's been going on. Carnage issue number 6 is really ramping up, and it's turning out to be one of those issues that is really showing what's been going on, not only in the past few issues, which also explain what was going on in the past few series, but it also ramps up what's going to end up happening, like I said, coming this summer. So Carnage issue number 6, if you're already reading Carnage, oh my God, this one's going to blow your mind. I already know what it's leading up to, and I can't wait to get my hands to see as it transpires. It's just, I have to wait. You have to wait. Tomorrow, 4/10/2024, Carnage issue number 6. Moving on from that, we're going to talk about Edge of Spider-Verse issue number 3. This is one I've been waiting for quite some many months. Star Spider's here. Really curious about this one. I was given some art, but no story. So I have no idea what the frick's going on. I was only given like 4 or 5 pages, just enough to tease the hell out of me, which means it's really high in there in my most anticipated reads. Star Spider is an interesting character where it can actually sling around, which looks like to be almost galaxies, and get around from one place to another. Kind of curious. Might be folding space and time and all that, and web. And this is a neat one. This is one I've been looking forward to so quite some time. So Edge of Spider-Verse issue number 3, Star Spider. That's the new one for me. But moving on from that, we're going to talk about Incredible Hulk issue number 11. If you're a Hulk fan, you know that this has been the series that most been looking forward to. It not only explains a couple of the past series and mends some of the stuff that has been written in there that really wasn't explained, but it's actually painting a way and a styling that we all appreciate. It's the horror that we love in a Hulk. And this is why, in my opinion, this series has done so well and it's been so strong, is it's giving us exactly, I think, what we all been looking for. A Hulk that's terrorizing the hell out of not only me, but you. And those in which that have been reading, I think would also agree. So I can't wait. I just really can't wait for this one. It was so close to my most anticipated reads. Why? It didn't make it, is I still haven't read 10. Sorry, like I said, I'm behind. But I see where this is leading up to, and I got teases, and I didn't want to ruin the story, so I know where it's going. But again, like I said, Incredible Hulk, issue number 11, coming out 4/10/2024. More from Marvel. Ms. Marvel, Mutant Menace, issue number 2. This is a story by Iman Vellani and Sabir Pirzada. I think that's why it's actually to my heart. I really like it. I like this team writing, and I really like the fact that she's getting into writing, and she's such a nerd and a fan of comics. This is her way of doing it. Now, I like everyone. I think that she just is new to writing, and she's still filling things out. That's why Sabir is doing a wonderful job as they work together to work out some storylines that have been, in my opinion, fun. I've been enjoying these things. That's why it's been on my most anticipated read every time it's been out. So that's why issue number 2 is one that I recommend if you're already reading it to you. Moving out from Ms. Marvel, Mutant Menace, issue number 2, we're going to talk about Symbiote Spider-Man 2099, issue number 2. Another issue 2. Symbiote Spider-Man 2099. Yeah, see, I'm a symbiote slut. And when you talk about symbiote and you talk 2099, I'm sold. That's all I have to say. This is one of my most anticipated reads, and I really liked how the first one presented itself. So issue number 2 is really high on my list. But really, what we're here to talk about is the Blue Light Special. And this week, well, I think Tony Fleeks has kind of stole my heart when it comes to every time he releases something new. Feral was just off the hook and awesome. And man, if that cat, never mind, we're not talking about that. And Stray Dogs was nothing short of just brilliant. So what little I've got to see, which I was already privy to in issue number 1, and I only got to look at the first couple pages, so I wouldn't ruin it, the whole story. And some of the art is Uncanny Valley, issue number 1. This is a cross between kind of like Roger Rabbit and I don't know if it's almost like a Home Alone thing. The cool thing is this kid never really fit in, and he's trying to find his way around a world that doesn't seem like it's his own. Now he ends up finding out why. He's part cartoon. His grandfather ends up coming in to essentially rescue him from dangers that are posed to him in the real world by cartoons that seemingly are after him. I guess. That's what I got the impression. So this is my Blue Light special. This is my most anticipated read for quite some time. I think it's been overshadowed by not only Farrell's success, but the fact that many people just didn't see this one coming out of Boom Studios. This has been a rather unique and, in my opinion, kind of underrated as far as a pushed, a promoted item. I think when it drops and people see what this really is, I think everyone's going to go, wait, where do I get my copy? What do you mean it's sold out? I think it's going to be one of those. I'm also under the impression that there's going to be a volume 2. The way that this book is spoke about it, it seems like this is only volume 1. Issue 1 through 6 will be one volume, and I get the impression there's something after this. So I'm looking forward to not only issue 1, but a whole nother series. If you're telling me we're going to go ahead and get a whole second volume after this, oh yeah, I'm in for the long haul. Seriously. Tony and gang, whoever you end up teaming with, take my money. Just take my money. Uncanny Valley, issue number 1, coming out tomorrow, 4/10/2024. And that's it from me. That should be. Thank you for showing up. Stay well.